Shh.
Good evening, Pittsburgh sports fans. Welcome to the Pittsburgh Sports Desk. Joining me are my co-hosts, Edward and Tracy, never heard of her, Sirocco. So, what's going on tonight, gentlemen?
I'm on the Pittsburgh Sports Desk, Billy.
Yeah. Hi, Billy. Hi, Eddie.
Hello, gentlemen. How are you?
Why did I
How
say
you
the
doing?
wrong thing?
No. I'm just letting you know where I am.
Oh, okay. Oh, all right. You get me second guessing myself.
Never.
Okay. All
Presently
right.
present, he's saying.
Yeah, lots to talk about this week. I mean, every week there's lots to talk about, but yeah, we'll get into the win over the Patriots. Talk a little bit about this Vikings matchup. Got a little bit of Penguin news. Pitt plays Louisville. Pirates are winding down the season. Got finish up the series with the Reds and then go on the road for a final series against. They're on the road against the Reds and then go to Atlanta for the final series. But yeah, and then I know you got a ton of topics, Ed. I know you compiled a list of stuff that you thought we should cover. So I'm going to let you have the floor, and you go ahead and spit me some topics. Shoot me some knowledge. Shoot me some topics, too.
All right, here we go, boys. We did some internal polling because Billy uses the best polling company out there, and it turns out that in Vladivostok, Russia, we are the number one Pittsburgh Sports Desk there. So that's something. All right, so here we go. We're going to talk a bit.
Where they wear the funny hats.
Yeah, they do. Year round. It's a terrible place.
What did he say in Uncle Buck? He says, they don't like me. Do you think it's the hat? He said, people get angry when I wear this hat.
I would say getting a little bit more spies like that.
Yeah.
Doctor.
Thank God I'm not sick.
Doctor.
All right. So here's the deal, boys, right? So if I'm a Steeler fan, this game scared me more than anything. And I'll explain why. But I'm going to let you answer these questions. First of all, talk about we're going to go round robin here. We're going to give you each 3 minutes on the timer. When it beeps, shut up because it's an expert job. So we're going to start with William. William, talk to me about the defense and the amount of turnovers they were able to maybe cause, maybe receive in New England, in Foxborough. Talk to me about that.
Well, despite giving up the 2 quick touchdowns early on, I don't know. I think the defense kind of buckled down a little bit first, forcing a couple 3-and-outs and an interception, but I mean, were they able to capitalize on mistakes? Yes. I mean, when you have 5 turnovers, I mean, come on, what are you going to, they had 4 forced fumbles. They recovered 2 of them. You had an interception. I mean, they still gave up some run yardage. I mean, they still were suspect in the middle of the field. I mean, he still had 269 yards and 2 touchdowns. But yeah, I mean, 5 turnovers. You're not going to really, you're not going to win a game with 5 turnovers. And I tell you what, truthfully, you should have won that game by more. You shouldn't have just won by 7, for Christ's sake, with 5 turnovers. So that's pretty scary. But yeah, I mean, was it a better defensive performance? Sure. I mean, did TJ Watt play better? Yeah. I mean, Cam Hayward had that tip at the line of scrimmage that fell into Eccles' hand for the interception. So yeah, I mean, was it a better defensive performance? Sure. Is it where you need to be? No, I don't think so. I mean, and let me just say something real quick. I thought it was odd, and I did my Bills breakdown for our Steel City, where I break down the Mike Tomlin press conference each week. And one thing that he said in that press conference that kind of resonated with me was that he was asked about defensive schematics, and he made the comment that he says we've been limited in our defensive schematics, and I don't really know what he means by that. Limited how? Limited personnel wise? Is it injury? Is it the opponents you're going up against? Because I mean, hey, you're the most expensive defense in the league for the fourth time of the year, for the fourth year in a row. I mean, that kind of sounds like an excuse to me. We're limited schematically defensively. I wish he would have expounded. I wish that whoever asked that question would have had or somebody would have had a follow-up question and say, Mike, what exactly do you mean by that? Like, can you give us a little bit more? Can you give us a little bit more of a breakdown and further, explanation of what you mean by your limited defense? I just didn't understand that. So.
Yeah, good job. He hit the buzzer. The question now goes to Mr. Sirocco. What did you make of the defense? And we're not handing out gold jackets today, sir. We just want to know what you thought of the defense. Go ahead, sir.
Oh,
What I thought of the defense. So
what I thought of the defense by Tracy Sirocco.
And you cannot use
it got significantly better. So Harmon, on the very first play that he's in the NFL, has a sack. The second play he's in the NFL is a tackle for loss. After that, Harmon called on the double team. I think Benton needs to step up a little bit more. Black is coming along, and Ukele, or however you say that guy's name, he's very serviceable. But I think our middle linebackers are out of position almost every play. They have missed assignments. The one play where the tight end went right down the middle of the field, the two linebackers looked at each other. Nobody knew who had them. I think Watt was able to play better because Harmon was calling on the double team finally. And Highsmith isn't even back yet. And this defense is going to get better. However, if these middle linebackers can't figure out their assignments, we're in trouble. I do think the defensive backfield played very well, especially with Joey Porter Jr. out. But at the same time, those 5 turnovers, Cole Holcomb had one of them, and I think he was the best middle linebacker.
Strip sack.
For the day.
Strip fumble.
I just think that he shined out of the other two. Out of the 3, he was the best. That's all. So I think the defense will come along. But what was that noise?
That wasn't me.
Okay.
No, that was my cell phone.
So other than that, I think the defense, as soon as they start understanding their assignments more, and we get down the stretch here, what are we 3 games in? Once we get past this first quarter of the season, I think the defense will tighten up a little bit more and more and more. I just hope it doesn't regress as the season goes along towards the back end there.
Okay, follow-up question for both of you. Tracy, you get the first shot of it. Alex Highsmith was a waste of money. Go, Tracy.
No, not at all. I think Alex Highsmith is worth his weight in gold. 2 reasons. 1, he sets the edge when the rush is coming over there. And then 2, he has a pass rush to complement that. 51 he's able to get after the quarterback, but he's not really able to set the edge for the run, and we need to set the edge for the run over there.
Cole Hogan's a different position. He wouldn't set the edge from the middle. So
51, not 55, Eddie. I can't. The brother.
Herbig. Go ahead, Bill.
Do I think he's a waste of money?
Yeah, with his injury, he's been injured every year now.
Well, you know what? It's the injuries. Yes, I think that there's a lot of problems with that. Especially he's had hamstring injuries left and right, and you know what? It seems to me like he doesn't ever recover fully from them. It seems like he gets hurt with a hamstring, and then he comes back, and they're like, "Oh, he's good," and then he's out again with a hamstring in a short amount of time. But I don't know. I've said it before. I don't know whether juice worth the squeeze on him. However, he is a splash play guy, I think, on defense. But hey, like Chuck Noll said, you can't make the club if you're in the tub, and he's been in the tub a lot as of late, in the last few years. So
we got a little note here from Todd down from Gainesville, Florida. Highest paid defense, which we noted. They should be looking more like the 70s defense. Sorry, Trace. Mediocre Mike, he is the problem. I don't think Trace is necessarily an advocate of that mediocre Mike. But we're going to continue. Here's my next follow-up. Is he a candidate to be traded at the trade deadline? Tracy, go. You got 18 seconds.
Still talking Highsmith?
Yes, sir.
No.
Why? You're going to keep him on the team. He's old. He's
Yeah.
prone.
Well, he might be old and injury prone, but he's coming back off injury. And even if he comes back in mid-season, we could use him down the stretch.
Isn't that a bad mantra to have when he comes off injury over and over and over again? I mean, your best ability is your availability, and he doesn't have any every year.
You're saying that, but I mean, like guys like Bosa's out again. You know, who's the guy just on to Green Bay? He was hurt when he got traded to Green Bay.
Yeah, but he's healthy now.
Micah, $47 million a year.
Well, yeah, it took a couple weeks. Highsmith just needs a couple weeks.
Yeah, I don't think he's worth it anyway. I just don't believe he's worth it. All right, let's talk about the replacements back there in the defense. You got Joey Porter down, Deshaun Elliott down, and you have Brandon Echols, Jabril Peppers, and Nick Herberg. What's the best thing you saw out of Jabril Peppers? Billy, you're up first. You have a minute.
Well, I mean, he was. He was all right. I mean, it seemed like he was rotating it out a lot. He didn't get too many snaps, but when he was in there, he's a good perimeter guy, I think. He knows the offense too, right? He's schemed against them how many years?
Over and over and over again.
Yeah. I think he may get more of a role this week. I know that's what Tomlin alluded to yesterday. He said that he's kind of like, on a snap count, so to speak, and this week he's going to see a lot more action. I didn't think he was. I didn't think he was terrible. I mean, I think, I didn't think he was terrible, but so.
All right, Trace, get in there. What'd you think of Jabril?
Well, I mean, he signed at the beginning of the week, right? I think that he has the pedigree that we would be looking for a type of safety that we could use for different things. Even somebody on special teams, sometimes I guess he can even return kicks and whatnot. But to Billy's point, I think they rotated him out because knowing the assignments, even the linebackers have been there for 2 years, 3 years now, are missing assignments. So the defense is obviously a little too complex or something because they don't know where they're supposed to be and who they have and when they're supposed to be there.
Can I add something real quick? I'm sorry. I want to add something real quick. My biggest thing I think with that is it's communication, right?
Yes.
That's the biggest thing. That's
or the lack of that's happening right now.
I mean, he's like he just signed, so the communication and how things are relayed in the defense are kind of, you know what I mean? It's kind of like these little bit behind the learning curve on that. And we know secondary, it's all about communication.
Yep.
If you don't have, if you're not able to communicate, you're going to have blown coverages. You're going to have you're not going to be able to be effective at all.
So it's fair to say you're only able to execute at the level at which you're able to communicate.
Correct.
Okay, so we're going to go right back to another point that you both made several times. Why in the world do you make this old-ass defense so complicated because they still stink? We're almost 400 yards again, 10 games in a row of at least 390 or above. 10 in a row of 390 or above.
When you say old-ass, there's only 3 old dudes on it.
Why are you making
everybody else is young?
Why are you making the defense complicated? It doesn't work. You're not confusing anybody. It's like a hot knife through butter. I mean, people are moving the ball like there's no defense there. So why do you make it complicated? You're up first, Trace. You got 30 seconds.
I don't know why they make it complicated, but all I know is when you have players out of position, we see the knifing and the just gouging of yards coming at us. If they would find some way to just have the players in position, even tell the offense what defense are running, but be in position, I think they would do better. So I don't know why they have to have it so complex.
Valid point. Billy, you're up.
Okay, so I'm going to get on my soapbox here a little bit.
Do it.
And I'm going to tell you what I've seen. This is kind of going to be a general. This is going to be a broad answer that I'm going to give you. So it's not even going to be. It's more of an NFL answer than it is like a Steeler answer. But
audience.
So I watch a lot of football, right? I have NFL Plus. Condensed games are a beautiful thing because awesome. you can watch a game in 40 minutes. It's snap the whistle. You can watch a game in 40 minutes. I pretty much, since I've been laid up with my hip surgery, watching a ton of football, watch pretty much every NFL game. What I'm seeing across the league, guys, has to do with I really think they're not the product in the NFL right now. I really believe is they don't get enough padded practices. The biggest deficiencies I see are blocking and tackling. Okay, those are the biggest deficiencies I see. I mean, I watch games. I mean, teams aren't picking up stunts. I mean, it's left and right. I mean, how are you not able to do that? That's just like, and they're only getting like an hour and a half. And some teams, like this week, the Steelers and Vikings, they're not going to have a padded practice. It's going to be a short week for them. I mean, it's just it suffers. It suffers. I'm sick and tired of hearing about, like training camp used to be, you report to training camp, you do the conditioning test, and the next day you were in freaking pads. It wasn't, we're going to ramp up the next 3 days in the pad. It's just
interjection real quick. Do you think that has an effect on the number of injuries?
Absolutely. These guys aren't absolutely. You're not ready. They're not game ready. They're not. They get in the game and they haven't faced enough contact to kind of, it's all about, like in karate, like you kick each other in the shins. You do blocks with your forearms, and it's called temperament. You get used to it because it hurts. You block a punch, on your forearm, and you hit and you nail forearms. It's bone on bone. It sucks, but it's called temperament. It's the same thing in football. When you're not putting the pads on as much. I know I'm getting on my soapbox here, and I may be off a little bit, but I'm just saying, like you were. The question was, what was the question?
Why is the defense so complicated?
Why is the defense so complicated? Yeah, I mean, I think it comes down to more systemic issue. I just think that it shouldn't be that complicated. It should not be that complicated. It should be, it shouldn't be that complicated. There's pads practice means a lot. Same way the players are not hydrated and stressed. Yeah, I mean, it's just like, I don't know. They have a different approach, and it like starts at the high school level. Like I watch high school football too, and I see guys going down with cramps all the time. And I mean, like when I played in the late '90s high school, our coach believed in conditioning. We never had any guys go down with cramps. They conditioned the hell out of us.
We ran the heck out of it. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, they ran the piss out of you till you puked. I mean, it was just. Yeah. Camp was everybody line up at the fence and puke. I mean, it was bad. I mean, but I mean, I don't know. Like the defense is they've got
good. All right, Trace, back to you. The NFL evolves every year. We know what they do. You get tape, you adjust. You get tape, you adjust. Both sides of the ball. So now we're in this flux, right? Where we're not so much concerned about the run as we went light with our linebackers for the crossing routes. But now it seems back. You look at these teams with two quality running backs, i.e. your Detroits of the world, who have Knuckles and Sonic, right, who are great. Lots of teams have these players. Atlanta has Bijan and the other kid, and they're moving to this. I mean, you guys got smoked by two backs, Charbonnet and Kenneth Walker III. As they move back to this, what is the ideal defense? Because I don't believe anymore in the 3-4. I just don't. I think the Steelers would be better off going to a 4-3 and having more beef up front at all times. And I know they can mold into this, mold into that. But I think they should go to a base traditional 4-3. Your thoughts, Trace? You got 45 seconds.
Well, the difference is the angles, right? So if you have the four guys up front able to get off on the ball, like the Joe Green and his line of the day, that's one way of doing it. But with Cowher, when LeBeau come along under Cowher and said, hey, listen, we're going to do a 3-4, it offered some versatility. The difference is we had linebackers that were just unworldly, like Levon Kirkland. I mean, that's a 300-pound linebacker that could run with wide receivers. Like, we just don't have the caliber of linebacker like that on our team anymore. Number 50 went down, and we've been going downhill since, right? Since Spence, Jones, everybody just doesn't pan out. It's the 3-4 needs unique linebackers. You need the Greg Lloyds, the Kevin Greens, the Harrisons, right? You need that one guy. And if TJ's only coming up with a little bit here and a little bit there, and the other guy's out, we're in trouble. Then the middle linebackers need to step up. And if they're not even understanding their assignments, then we have no chance. I just,
Yeah, good. Billy, 32 teams in the NFL. How many run a base 3-4?
I would say a lot of them. I would say.
Give me a number, sir.
I would say probably 22.
Wrong. Only 5 run the 3-4. That's why I asked.
I said 3. I would have said 3.
It's antiquated. Was my true point. All right. Our next topic is we're gonna go faster this time. See if the boys can handle it. So we're gonna talk about. Overall the offensive performance in New England was putrid. You were given five turnovers. I think Broderick Jones is a topic we have to talk about right now. Mm-hmm. This year, you have to decide whether or not you're going to give him almost $23 million for the 5th-year option. Billy, you're up first. Tell me if you believe Broderick Jones is a bust or worthy of that 5th-year option.
Oh, he's a bust. For sure he's a bust. You move him back to his natural position and he struggles. I mean, it's just it's bad. I mean, it's not just like, okay, he's missing a block here and there. It's like he's forgotten how to do it. Like he really is forgotten how to do it. At times he just I know, he just stops blocking and he's watching. He's watching, he's way too tall and he's just constantly out of position. I don't understand how it was just, and Tracy, I think you made a comment on that as well. He stands way too tall, it's just, I don't know.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. All right, Trace, you're up. You expertly told us that he's far too high in his stance. His punch is terrible, and his balance is awful. His feet are out of control. So, the question to you is on the same line: bust or no bust? And here's the most important question to you, Trace: do you believe, be honest, that it is fixable or not fixable? Go ahead. You have 2 minutes.
Well, he is a bust. It is fixable, and it starts with his base and then his aggression. So the one other thing I want to add is after 2.5 seconds, he stops blocking and turns and watches where the ball goes. He's not even doing anything. He just stands there and literally watches the ball on every play. I think that the coach, whatever coach is there,
he's a big fan, Trace.
They need to revisit that guy because right now I thought I was seeing it in the preseason, and then I definitely seen it in the first game. I missed the other game because I was out and remote. I didn't even have a cell phone with me. And now I seen on this last game here, it's getting worse instead of better.
Trace, talk about the base. Explain to people what the base means as far as blocking.
So as he starts backing up, his feet are coming real high. His knees are coming real high because his shoulders are real high and his bum is really high in the air. So his legs are close together and he's not able to move. And as he's moving, his feet are way off the ground. His base should be way farther apart. His feet should be sliding and he should be reacting with his belt buckle on the belt buckle of that defender. Now, as soon as that defender gets anywhere near where that striking distance is, just like in the Rocky movies, right? You got to get that jab, right? You got to work the jab. As soon as that space hits, his punch should be just thunderous in that guy's chest to stop any and all momentum going on. And instead, he's catching the person there while standing up and his feet close together, and they're running right by him. And it's not getting any better.
Well, so Ojo posted his new ride and said some great sports loving warriors.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Ben.
Well, and that and when you have that type of it's easy to get knocked on your ass too on that when you're like too, you know what I mean, you're like bull too rush, upright. Yes. Yeah, you can get bull rushed, and you know somebody like him, he's he can get, and he lost weight. He's lost too much weight, in my opinion, to play that position. Yeah.
All right, so now we're gonna move. We're coming to our fourth game, right? Steelers still don't have quality at their skill positions. They just don't. They have 2 running backs that are just about average. They're 3.1, which is almost bottom of the NFL. It's a double question. First question goes to Billy. Second question goes to Trace. First question, Billy. As you scour the NFL, you look at teams that are terrible. I believe the Saints will be 0-8 come time at the trade deadline. They have a player named Rashid Shaheed. If the Steelers are serious, should they go after him? They have some draft capital. The guy can fly, great receiver, great out of the backfield. Should they go for him? Billy, you're up.
Yeah, I mean, they need to do something because I tell you what, Jalen Warren isn't a bell cow. He's not. He's not a bell cow, and they need to realize that more sooner than later. Yeah, they need to do something. I mean, hey, all you have to do is look at time of possession, and that tells you everything you need to know. When your time of possession is lopsided, not in your favor, it's because you're not running the ball effectively, period.
Yep.
And, they just – I don't know. Like, it's just Najee Harris, they utilized him in the wrong capacity. They sideline to sideline him instead of up the middle. Jalen Warren's a third down back, guys.
Yep.
He's not a bell cow. And they've got a real problem with that. I mean, that's a real major problem. Yeah, they need to do something.
All right. Next question to you, Trace. They can't seem to run block at all. I don't know why. Do you think that it is the running back not allowing the formation of the hole or the gap to come through, or do you think it's simply the offensive line who hasn't gelled to this point in 4 games?
I would say it's more the line at this point. They're better. I like the other 4 guys. The 3 in the interior, I think, are solid, and I think that's why Rodgers hasn't been beat up and didn't give up a sack this last game is because of those 3. I think Fautanu is getting better and better every play, but there are holes in it. As they're reach blocking, there's one misstep, and all of a sudden there's a gap or that seam that a defender seems to be able to take advantage of. And the one-on-one battles are not getting won enough for our running backs to have separation and make some moves at the second and third level. So as you're watching it, our guys are getting hit at the line of scrimmage instead of the second level. Once our guys are just starting to get hit at that second level and our offensive linemen are there, that's when we have an effective run game.
All right, follow-up question to you, Trace. Similarly, as the quarterback is able to flick his wrist and get rid of the ball quickly, is it possible for a running back to save the line and make them look better? Because obviously Aaron Rodgers can still flick it out, and he has to because he has no time. Can a running back have that same effect on an offensive line?
Yes, because there's an odd man there. They are responsible for that last linebacker, and that's really hard for guys to understand. Is it could be coming from the inside, left, or right? And it depends on the defense, and they have to read it just like everybody else does. And if they don't slide to the right position, they could really get a quarterback tattooed. Like it is extremely important that a running back understands that and meets that linebacker at the point of aggression with as much aggression as they can.
All right, so now it's time for grades. I'm going to ask each one of you. Billy, you're up first. Give me a grade for the offense from the last game.
I'm going to give it a C+.
Trace, offensive grade.
C.
Trace, you're up next. Don't put that popsicle back in your mouth. You're up next. Give me a grade for the defense.
I would say a B-, and the minus is only there because of the 5 turnovers.
William, defensive grade.
Yeah, I give him a solid B.
Excellent. All right, William, hold it right there, brother. I want you to give me a coaching grade.
Like you mean like just
the entire coaching staff?
I'm gonna give him a C.
Trace?
C-. All
right, that was very honest answers. All right. Now we're going to roll in real quick to the Vikings. We got plenty of time to talk about the Vikings. First up, we're going to talk about the Vikings offense. It's going to be led by Carson Wentz, who's played for every team except for, I think, the Tampa Bay Devil Rays. But I'm seriously talking. He looked good last game. We all know Cincinnati's defense is not up to par. We all know that. So I'm just going to list you the skill players they have. They get Jordan Addison back, which I think is huge. So you're going to face Justin Jefferson, Jordan Addison, Jalen Naylor, and they have a really good tight end. And TJ Hawkinson, one of the better tight ends in the league. All right, I'm going to give it to you first, Bill. Bill, what does the defense need to do to prevent the Vikings from just rolling running-wise?
Well, you got a powerful aerial attack. Justin Jefferson, like you mentioned, TJ Hawkinson. They've just got to – they've got to contain – first of all, what Jones is not playing, I don't think, right? He's hurt.
IR.
Yeah.
You're left with Jordan Mason and Xavier Scott. Not 2 names that are going to scare people.
Right, but I mean, hey, they
And they do have their big left tackle back, Christian Darrisaw out of Virginia Tech.
yeah, I mean, it's just they're going to have their work cut out for them. I mean, Carson Wentz, he fared pretty well against the Bengals. This is, I think, going to be the test, the real test for the Steelers. The first couple, I think, we gave up against Seattle. We gave up what? I forget the total yard. What was it? It was like
over 400.
Yeah, it was like 400. Yeah,
I think.
This may be like a 500 yard. I mean, literally, it might be. This could get ugly real fast. No, I just think they got to. First of all, they got to tackle better. Second of all, I think they just got to. Their interior defense is terrible, especially in the slot. They give up just way too much passes up the middle. I mean, and I think run defense has been just atrocious. Like I said, just because they won against the Patriots and Patriots had 5 turnovers, it doesn't mean that I feel any better about this this defense or this team. I mean, they're going to go up against a lot better opponent this week. So,
Trace, you're up.
I think if Carson Wentz gets 3.5 seconds or more, we're going to be in a lot of trouble. However, I do believe that we've always fared very well against Carson Wentz. And if we can have that defensive front, particularly the outside backers, get after it, more so Harmon pushing that middle up, I think we might have a good day here. But that 3.5 seconds is vital. If we don't get to the Carson Wentz within about 3 to 3.5 seconds, it will be a very long day. But we do have Joey Porter Jr. coming back. I don't know if that's a good thing or not. And then there's somebody else that was coming back too on the defense. Was it Elliott?
I'm not sure. I haven't checked that.
I'm pretty sure it's Elliott. I'm excited about Elliott coming back because he knew the defense better than the other guy we just picked up. So I'm looking forward to just having the guys in there, better communication, and then our defensive front getting after it. I really think we could have a fun day here if that works out well.
All right, Tracy, stay there. Don't blow your nose yet. The effect that the Steelers have on travel, they had some sort of ambitious plan to get over there early, and the NFL said, "Nah, you're not doing it." So the excitement, the different atmosphere, all that stuff going on, what effect do you think that will have overall on the team? I mean, more media appearances they have to do. It's going to be a zoo over there. My sister-in-law left. She left Monday to go over there. So it's going to be, a little bit of craziness, as they get over there. What effect does that have on the team overall?
I mean, you got guys like with Cam and Aaron Rodgers. Those guys are not going to allow the chaos to go on. That's why they got rid of number 14, I think that they kind of brought it in a little bit with the dare I say, like a young boy type thing going on over there. They might get pulled in the media and whatnot for distractions. I believe that once they show up, there will be more Steeler fans there than there will be Viking fans, and they will be ready for the game. That's what I think. I don't think they're going to be distracted.
William, to you, sir.
What was the question?
The distraction. What do you think?
This sucks. I'm out of my element here.
What kind of
attention? It's hard, huh?
What kind of the travel? What what'll that have?
Well, yeah. I mean, they wanted to leave early. They wanted to leave. I think today. Yeah. And the league was like, no. Both teams leave. You can't have a competitive advantage. Both teams gotta leave on Thursday, tomorrow. Yeah, I mean, I think the practice is going to be screwed up, right? You're just basically doing walkthroughs.
Correct.
So you're not really getting, you know what I mean? I mean, it's kind of like I don't know. You're like everything's done on the fly, this week. I mean, I think that there's a lot of moving parts whenever you travel, to to completely across the pond, Yeah. I mean, it's just, I know moving the chains was supposed to have Eccles on today, and he didn't even show up.
Right.
So like there was just kind of like there's just a lot of stuff going on.
Yeah.
And it's whenever you're just doing walkthroughs all week and you're not really like getting in scheming and it's not good. But I mean, I know they've adjusted their practice schedule, I think, a little bit. They starting like earlier in the practice.
Got to get used to the time change.
Yeah.
All right, so we're going to get us caught up here on comments real quick. Steel City Sunday, a.k.a. John, gave his grades. Offensive grade C, defense B+, coaching C+. I think those are fair grades. And Ricky Dio said simply, Ricky is watching. So
nice. Ricky
is watching. That's excellent. All right, so now we really truly have to talk about the most important part. Unfortunately, I'm going to make this comparison. You might hate it. You might,
hated it.
You might take offense to it, but the team is more resembling the Pirates as far as pitching shows up one night, hitting doesn't. So offense shows up one game, defense doesn't. They're in that weird kind of groove right now. So Brian Flores is coming in with one of the best defenses in the NFL. Their blitz rate is something ridiculous, like 67%, right? We'll give it to you first, Bill. What do you think that defense is going to do to the offense with the shaky tackles? And I know the triangle in the middle Tracy likes, but man, they got Jonathan Allen. They got what's his name? The other big fat kid in the middle. They are stout through and through, and they just got back to safety. Harrison Smith is back. Billy, what is that going to do to the offense? I have an opinion, but I want to hear yours. Go, Billy.
Well, I think they're going to blitz the hell. I mean, you're going to see a lot of different packages out there. You're going to see a lot of different blitzes. You're going to see stunts. You're going to see they're going to throw everything at they're going to attack the weaknesses. I've said it before. This would be a game that I would try and do a little bit more 13 personnel. They do a lot of 12 personnel. I think it's like 47% of their sets are 12 personnel. They mix a little bit of 3 wide out. But I would try to go like 13 personnel and try to just I don't know, more, not overdo it, but I because they're going to blitz. You're going to see some crazy blitzes. You're going to see safety blitzes. You're going to see all kinds of different things. He's going to throw a lot at it. And I just, if Aaron Rodgers isn't protected, it's going to be a long day. So.
Trace, you're up, sir.
They're going to expose the weak side tackle. Whoever doesn't have a tight end covering them, they're going to come that way, and it'll be there all day long. They're going to make our running backs actually block their linebackers throwing that blitz at us. It'll just be too easy to get after Aaron at that point. I don't think they're scared of the run whatsoever. So they'll probably stay in a cover 2, maybe a man even do a zone. Sometimes a cover 4, just sit back and with that nickel and allow that middle range extra guys just to sit there and clog up the holes. That's what I would do. Force them to throw one over top and see if we can get it, because I think their pass rushers will get there before we can even throw the ball. So really all you have to do is just take the center of that field away, and that's it. Sorry.
I'm going to interject again with you, Trace. So given the fact that they're probably going to have to go to multiple tight end sets all the time, that's going to reduce the number of players eligible for a pass, i.e. reducing the amount of coverage that they have to do in the back end. I think that it's going to be I don't know what happens to Aaron Rodgers. I really don't. I think they're going to blitz almost every single down.
Yes.
Yep. I think they are, just because they know they can get there.
And I think that it's going to come from different areas. It's going to come from different areas. I think they're going to utilize a bunch of different blitz packages. I really do. I think
you only have Gainwell does okay in pass pro. Warren does good. The rookie doesn't do that well in pass pro.
He's terrible. He
was
bad in Iowa. He was bad in Iowa with that.
Yeah,
that was his biggest weakness coming out of the draft, is he doesn't pass block.
So given all that, I'm going to give this first one to Tracy. Tracy, how many turnovers do they have to create to stay in this game?
Oh, geez. Maybe really? 2. Okay. Maybe 2. Plus 2 to the Steelers to stay in the game.
William, to you, sir?
I think 2 or 3, and they've got to get points off of them.
Yeah, that's a very good point.
I mean, it's not going to be much to just get turnovers and have a wasted possession. You're going to have to get points as well.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, this is where you put everything down. You pay attention to the screen. We're going to get our predicted scores. We're going to start with Sir Tracy. Tracy, it is a 2.5 point. Steelers are technically the home team. For the road team, the Vikings are coming in. It started at 1.5 when it opened up on the weekend. It's now moved to 2.5 points. The Vikings are favored. Who wins the game, Trace?
28-25 Steelers.
28-25 Steelers. Billy?
I hate to say this, but 28-17 Vikings.
28-17 to the Vikings. The over-under is not that great. I mean, you guys are both within the over-under. It's a little well, no, Tracy, you're a little high on the over-under. I say it's going to be it's Carson Wentz's second game. He's not the most mobile quarterback. If the Steelers if they get pressure, it's going to be a tighter game. I'm thinking 17-13, 17-14. And I'm going to give the edge, I think, to the Steelers. I'm going to say 17-14 Steelers.
Wow, boy.
I think that I just look at Carson Wentz, and I don't see a mobile quarterback, right? So that means he has to be precise in his passing, which he's never been known for his accuracy, right? So I think if they're able to protect him, Darisaul's healthy again. If they shut down one side of the field and all they have to do is worry about number 90, it might get ugly, like Billy says, really quickly. And I mean really quickly. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's what it is. We're going to book that, and we're going to move on to the Penguins. Their training camp has opened up. Trace, you start us off first. There's a big game here on Saturday night, and there's a horrible ticket controversy right now going on. Do you guys know about this?
No.
So the first Bill, you heard about it?
Oh, of course I heard about
Madden
it.
was criticizing FSG because I guess they're going to play the Flower on Saturday night.
Yeah.
So his ticket to the first game was, I think it was like $125. His ticket price for this game is now $340.
Yep.
So he's
and he's only playing a period.
Yeah. And they're blaming FSG for trying to scalp the fans. Start us off, Trace. What are your thoughts on the team? I think the advertising was come celebrate 20 years of the Big Three, which I don't know why you would celebrate that because they're terrible now. But go ahead, Trace. Start us off, buddy.
Yeah. That sounds like a really good plan on Saturday to go celebrate the Big Three.
I mean, what do you think about the price? Are they gouging the fans or what?
No clue. I don't know. Anybody who's going to pay $300 to go watch people play hockey, they need gouged. You know, you deserve it. That's all.
They should be allowed to be gouged.
I guess. I mean, why would they want to spend that much money just to go watch a preseason game?
I love that. Right? I love that take. William, you're up, sir. Same question.
Yeah, I mean, I said this and I hate to, keep pounding my chest on this. I said this when they had this takeover. I said it was the worst thing ever. People were lambasting me. Oh, you don't know what the hell you're talking about. I said this is an outside team that doesn't give a crap about Pittsburgh. They don't. It's you're just like Reg Dunlop said in Slapshot. You're just some rich broad's tax write off.
I mean, it seems like that, doesn't it?
Yeah. I mean, listen. This is ridiculous. I mean, I love the Flower, okay, but he's coming back and playing a period. He's playing one freaking period. I mean, it's a preseason game. It's just ridiculous. They're trying to capitalize. Listen, this is why they haven't broke up the trio. This is why, because they know it still makes money, and some of these fans are too dumb enough to, they I hate to say that, but some of these fans need to I'm not going to say boycott, but you need to you need to force them to make some changes and do some major overhaul and get a lot younger than what, and I mean, they I don't know, but yeah, no, it's a gouge. It's a money grab, and it's people are falling for it.
Yeah, which is sad. All right, Trace, outlook for the season. Give me a percentage of the Penguins making the playoffs. What percent do they have making the playoffs?
Like 40. I'll give it 40%, maybe.
Really? 40. Okay. All right, William.
I give it 30. I mean, they're just from top to bottom. They're just it's basically the same team, aside from a few, but she didn't really, and it's and you've got a coach that has never been a head coach at the NHL level. He's been an assistant, but he's never been a head coach at the NHL level.
And his specialty is what, Billy?
His specialty is he specializes in coaching youthful players, and he's coaching the oldest team in the league. Figure that one out. That's why I say FSG's got to go. They got to turn it back over to Mario.
Yeah, I think the Vegas odds are going to be in single digits. I heard it was going to be about 6% chance, but we'll know that as we get closer. All right, William, Tracy, we're going to go to your favorite topic ever, the Pirates. We're going to spend very few seconds on the Pirates. They are now at 60. Hold on, where's they are at 68 wins. We put our over/under at 77. There's only 5 games left. They will not reach that 77, and they will not be a better team than they were last year. This is completely impossible. The team is just an absolute embarrassment. Trace, will it look different next year? Quick yes or no?
No.
Bill, will it look different next year?
No, because they're going to keep Charrington. They're going to keep Charrington. Watch, they're going to do that. They're going to, they got all they're saying. Oh, he's got all this young talent in the lower. No,
they do.
Yeah, they do. I know they do, but that's going to be his thing. They're going to say, oh no, we need to give him a little bit more time, and
they're going to have a rotation of 4. That's probably one of the best in the MLB next year.
I'm not disagreeing with that. I think that's there, but without a third baseman that can hit the ball and a left fielder that is able to just play, we're in trouble because our center fielder isn't going to be able to do it. He strikes out way too much. The right fielder is not living up to the contract, and the rest of the infield,
yeah, really bad. I mean, super, super bad. All right, that was enough on the Pirates. Now we're going to move to the college team.
That was a minute too long. Yeah.
All right, we're going to move to Pitt, Louisville here, coming up at high noon at Highmark Stadium. Tracy,
you just ate the wall, dude. What?
Tracy, what do you think? Now they're going in the game. Pitt is an underdog at home, right? Do you think they have a shot at beating Louisville?
No.
Why not, Tracy? By the way, it's the ACC opener for both teams.
I just think Louisville has too much. The size and speed that they're bringing is going to be a little bit too much for Pitt. Particularly, I think they'll be able to meet our edge where Pitt has been utilizing. I just think that they're going to beat us to that edge, and it's going to take that away, and we're not going to know what to do for the offense. Hopefully, our defense can slow them down. They do have some flashes of brilliance there, but I just think Louisville is going to have too much for them.
So when the spread opened for the game, it was 6.5 points. It's now come down 2 points, which is massive, right? Money is moving toward Pitt. Billy, why?
I don't know. That's a very good question. I don't know. I mean, I think Pitt's. I don't know.
Well, to Trace's points, they fly around on defense.
Yeah, and they've been good against the run. Pitt, However, Louisville has a balanced attack, man. They have a balanced attack. Miller Moss is they're 3-0. Louisville's 3-0 right now.
Yeah.
That offense is gonna it's gonna test the defensive front and the secondary. I mean, I don't know.
So Louisville beat Eastern Kentucky, JMU, Colonial Style, and they beat Bowling Green.
Right. Yeah, I mean they haven't really. It's not like they played,
right,
any SEC teams or anything like that. I get it.
And Pitt really should have beaten West Virginia. They really should.
Right. I mean, yeah, absolutely should have beaten West Virginia.
It was a Narduzzi game. You get one of those a year.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
No, absolutely.
Because they went the next week. WU and the next. Kansas obliterated them.
Pitt's going to have to control the tone or avoid turnovers.
Yep.
They're going to have to do that. They have Louisville has a good running game by that running back Isaac Brown for them.
248 yards in 3 games.
Yeah, I mean, but like I said, they're balanced offense. It's a very balanced offense, and they just got to do. Pitt I think has a good passing game, and I think that they're able to protect Holstein. If they can do that, control the game, and keep Louisville's offense off the field, then they got a shot. But
if you had free tickets to the game, either one of you, would you go?
Yes.
Sure.
Okay. I think I got free tickets.
Yes, but I write for the Riverhounds, so I can't do that.
Oh, well, it's a noon game. You just hang out there all day.
Well, true. Yeah, that's very true.
We just get there at 11 and don't leave till 11.
Right.
Put a 12-hour day in. It'll be awesome.
Yeah.
And again, William, I want the audience to notice this. His segues are impeccable, right? We're moving right in to the Riverhounds. It's like he's synced. He knows what he's doing. So we're moving into the Riverhounds. They had a game against Hartford that they won 2-1. There was a lot of controversy. Did you read about that? I don't know that anything came of it. I know there's an investigation. And to let everybody know, there may or may not have been some racial slurs, but I don't know how, because these teams are made up by internationals. You know,
well,
every race.
And the man that they're accusing of doing it, I mean, that is like, he is like he would like, in just talking to him and interviewing him.
He's the ambassador.
Yeah, like that would have never, ever happened. Okay? Never. He would have never, ever said anything even. He wouldn't even thought. I mean, the guy is like, you know.
Yeah.
Like a freaking choir boy, for crying out loud. I mean,
I read that. I didn't really know what to make of it.
Yeah, I laughed. I said, "Oh God!" I said, "Who did this? You know, this is crazy." You know, it seems like a you know.
I didn't. Honestly, you take them all seriously, but this one was hard to take. It really was. So right now, Billy, they sit in sixth spot in the East. They're at 34. However, they're only 4 points out of third place. Right? They want that coveted first 4 spots because it gets you a home playoff game. You know, they play their games well and they don't draw. If they're able to win, they're hosting Las Vegas, and they are, they sit at 25 points. They're terrible. They're from the Western Conference, and they're, one of the worst teams in the entire league.
Right, so, but we've seen them struggle against bad teams.
But they're at home. They're at home, Billy. Yeah. They have to win this, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Absolutely, they have to win this. You got to. No, I mean, there's what Vegas is 6-12-7. They're terrible. Yeah. But hey, they've got to. They have to win, man. They've got to keep winning. You can't draw. You've got to maximize the amount of most points you can. They did that against Hartford. On the road. That was great. They needed that.
So as it stands now, if the season ended today, they would go to Loudon in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Which is a short drive. We might be able to go to that one.
Right.
Yeah, it's a very short drive. Overall, Billy, I mean, I think they make the playoffs. Can they make any noise in there?
Listen, they can't. No, I don't think they. And I hate to say that. And I,
they are allergic to scoring goals sometimes.
They are. What is it? They're what do you call them? A one-touch?
Yeah, they're a two-touch team in a
one-touch league. Yeah, and I mean that's just kind of how it is. Like it's just not. They don't generate enough. They're not aggressive on off. Like it's just that they don't do.
Back in that shell.
Yeah, and it's just it doesn't work. They need to be more aggressive.
Yeah.
Even if it, I don't know. They need to press more. I mean, there's just a lot of things that they need to do. That they don't. Whatever you can do to generate offense is.
You think they open it up when they get to the playoffs? You got nothing to lose. You go in as a lower seed. You're not expected to win. I would open it up. I would open up the offense, and I would say, go after it, boys.
Yeah, but I mean, Bob likes to. Bob's a very. He's a very
conservative coach. Yeah.
Yeah, he is. Like he's very he's. But I don't know that totally because at times in his interviews, in the press conferences that we sit in, he wants to be the one to be more aggressive. Like he's how many times has he said in recent games, we're sitting back too much, guys. Like we're not, And I mean, I agree with him. I'm like, yeah, coach. Like, why does your team know that? Like, you're telling us that. Like, are you relaying that to them?
Yeah, it's interesting. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to close it out with a little quick Q&A for the two boys. We're going to talk a little bit about some pro football for these two gentlemen. I'm just going to highlight a few games. I'm going to get real quick feelings on it. Other games other than the home team games, just to see what you think about it. Real quick one. First one goes to Trace. Browns are going to Detroit. They're in a 9.5-point underdog. Can the Browns defense hold that offense down?
No, not at all. I think that Detroit's going to do what they want to do. They're going to oppose their will.
Billy, this question goes to you. Philadelphia goes into Tampa Bay, a 3.5-point favorite. Tampa Bay just signed their big fellow off the practice squad that they had, the kid from Florida. He's 464 pounds. Does that matter in the tush push?
Maybe. The more beef, I think. Yeah. I mean, yeah, I think it matters. Sure. Absolutely.
So if he paired next to Vita Vea, that would be Via's probably 360, 370, and he's 464. That'd be tough to move, I think. Trace, what are your thoughts on that one real quick?
That'd be really tough to move. That's a hard, immovable object.
Yeah.
That's a Mack truck you're trying to, yeah.
All right, quick as our fire round. Billy, are the Colts real? They go to the Rams. They go in 3.5-point underdogs. Are the Colts for real? Will Danny Dimes continue to be Indiana Jones, or will he go back to be the New York Jones?
Well, you know what? I think it's what's helping them is the running game. I mean, Jonathan Taylor, God, that guy, he's like just blowing it, like he's blowing every other back out of the water. Like they're behind, you know. This guy is like, you know, they're running to set up the pass, and it's making it easy for Danny Dimes. He's just like,
he's not
a bad quarterback. I always said he was put in bad positions.
Oh, there's no doubt.
He was always put in like, you know, like they always set him up for failure instead of success. But no, I think the Colts are for real. I think they're a team to watch.
All right.
For sure.
Trace, next question to you real quick. Titans and Texans are playing. Neither has a win. Do you give a shit, or who wins?
Not really. It doesn't matter. I think the Texans, I saw their quarterbacks looking like his confidence is pretty much shattered. I don't know. Was that CJ Stroud? Is that right? He just looked like he just didn't know what to do.
Who wins that game, Billy or Trace?
It might be the Tennessee. I'll give it to Tennessee this time.
All right.
Can I say something about that game?
Yes, sir.
Or can I just say something about the Titans?
Yes, sir.
Love of God, dude. Protect your quarterback. This guy's on pace to get sacked 80 times.
I know.
I mean, he's been sacked, 15 times, I think, in 3 games. Yeah. I mean, you know, for the love of God, dude.
Do something.
They're terrible. They're coached, too. Like, I don't know. Like, I think they're probably going to keep him. You know, they probably should, actually. But
yeah. All right, Billy, you get the last question. The Jets and Dolphins are playing again. They're both 0-3. Does anybody actually care at all? They're on the double Monday night game, which, you know, before the season maybe. But the Jets and the Dolphins, Billy, what do you make of this game? Who wins? Does Capri Pants get fired? Talk to me real quick on that one.
Well, on paper, Miami looks better, but I just don't think they're – I mean, they have more speed.
Yeah.
But and maybe better skill position. I don't know. Like this team is just they're I don't know. They did surprise me against Buffalo. I must say, they did kind of that was kind of surprising. They played with a little bit of heart and something I haven't seen them play much. They haven't. They're a soft team. I mentioned it to Zig Fracassi in our pregame a couple weeks ago. I said, if you break their will in the first quarter, they're done. Like you're good, you know. I don't know. I think the Jets are going to win this. I don't know. That's at Miami, right?
Yeah, it's at Miami. Dolphins actually favored.
Yeah, they're favored. I know. I don't know. I might change my mind when you do the pick'ems tomorrow night. But
I don't think I have them on there because it's a terrible game. Quite frankly,
yeah. I mean, you're going to have Tyron Taylor versus Tua.
Yeah.
You know, there's just
I wonder if it's the first football game with both starting quarterbacks' names beginning with T.
Well, you know, like people are saying that, like, oh, well, maybe this offense is too complex for Tua. He's been running in it. He's you know, that one year he was leading and passing there for a while. What are you talking about? It's too complex for him. Like they didn't just all of a sudden change it. Yeah, they didn't. Yeah, they didn't. The line's terrible. Okay, their offensive line's god awful. I saw that in our last preseason game when you had they had their entire offensive line, the ones going against Carolina's threes, and Carolina was just whooping them. They were pushing them back every play,
imposing their will.
Yeah, I was like, oh, these guys are in trouble, man. This is one going against three, and they're getting their ass kicked. You know.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we've reached the witching hour of 9:00. We want to remind you that William and I will be on.
Hey,
go ahead.
No, go ahead.
William and I will be on Gridiron Weekly tomorrow and Stoppage Time on Saturday. William will be on Steel City Sunday. I'm not sure what time he's going to get to the restaurant because it's a 9:30 game. I don't know if they're going to open 8 o'clock for them.
We are.
Go ahead.
So we're going to be kicking off the pregame at 8:15. We'll go probably a little bit till probably like 9:20, and then we're gonna have limited guests on the show but then we will have Jerry DePaula joining us for the post game show. So look for that.
Now I'm
lots of
Billy. Go ahead, Billy.
Just letting everybody know some of the shows here we got coming up. Obviously, we got the wrap around Friday at 10:30 with our buddy Pat. I know that we're going to get a boo from Ed, but the Happy Valley Hideout Mike Lauro.
Not Mike, just Penn State.
Yeah. And then immediately after here, we got to have he's going to be props, locks, and parlays. So, and then we got the final word with Matty B. We got Birds Blast. PM in the AM. So, and then like I said, we got Steel City Sunday coming at you from North Park Lounge, 8:15, and that about does it. So
that's like kegs and eggs and mimosas on Sunday, huh?
It sounds like.
Yeah. So, but all right, everybody, thanks for tuning in. We'll talk to you next week.
See you.